So here I've got my Paratrooper SKS. It's a variant of the Chinese SKS. It was imported in the 80s and 90s. Just like any older SKS, except they shortened the barrel by 4 inches from 20.5 to 16.5. They also shortened the bayonet and cut open the stock a little bit. But I'm just going to show you how this thing works in action. We're going to take our strip clip, load it up through the top. Well, our target fell over. Welcome to Milsurp Minutes. Today we will be taking a look at the Chinese Paratrooper SKS. This video is a continuation from my most recent video where I discussed the SKS Sporter. If you've not watched it yet, I recommend you take a look at it too. To begin with and clear up any questions, there is no documented evidence that a 16-inch barreled SKS like this one was used by the People's Liberation Army at all, much less the PLA Airborne Corps. The Paratrooper, in reality, is just an SKS that was shortened to make it appeal more to the foreign commercial market. This confusion is not helped by the fact that there is no specific date or serial number range that covers the Paratrooper SKS specifically. For example, this rifle has a 16 million serial number prefix that corresponds to the 1971 date of manufacture. There are multiple different importers of the Paratrooper SKS. This one in particular was imported by Navy Arms in the 1990s. Now I'm going to bring the camera over here so you can see the rifle up close. The main noteworthy feature of this rifle is the 16-inch barrel. The conversion that was done was fairly straightforward, with 4 inches of the barrel being removed and relocating the front sight base and bayonet lug assembly back up against the gas block. Not all Paratrooper rifles have bayonets, however, on all that retain them, the bayonets have been cut down and reprofiled. One thing to note is that with different import batches and possibly different importers, the new bayonet profiles varied. On this rifle, the point is it is ground to a point, whereas on this other bayonet that I found at a gun shop, it has been ground to a sharp screwdriver type point. To accommodate the wider section of the bayonet, the inlay in the stock has been widened, as you can see here. Another quirk about this rifle is how some parts have serial numbers and others do not. The bolt and carry still retain them, the receiver cover does not, the stock is not numbered, and the trigger guard looks as if the number has been removed. The magazine is non-matching, but that's because this was a replacement part that I furnished myself. This rifle performs fairly well despite the loss in barrel length. A 7.62 by 39mm round out of the 16-inch barrel has an average velocity of around 2,350 feet per second, which is only about 70 feet per second, which is only about a 70 foot per second drop from the 20-inch barrel velocity of around 2,420 feet per second. At the end of the day, the Paratrooper is a fairly simple conversion from the standard Type 56 SKS. And I hypothesize that had the Chinese looked into making these modifications to the Type 56 rifles in reserve, that we could have seen the SKS serving in China, maybe not to this point, but much later than they served for, in use outside of ceremonial units. These rifles are generally more sought after and collectible than a normal Chinese SKS. This one in particular is a great shooter just like its full-length counterpart, albeit this rifle is shorter and handier than others. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next video.